Universal Studios today. I'm very excited to be taking a little look around and seeing how the parks are after the entire, well, I guess it's not over, but during the pandemic. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's do this. Looks like we do still have to put things in lockers, which is smart for sure, but there is a little bit of a wait for that, but respect, I get it. They're trying to keep it socially distant and all of that. So yeah, I'm very excited. So I just got off Rip Ride Rocket, which is that one. I love it so much, and it was actually really well run. The line was pretty short. I only waited like 2 minutes maybe, and they had everyone put hand sanitizer on before they got on the ride, which was a great idea. My mask just kind of falling down a little bit, not like off my nose, but just a little down on my nose. So I kind of had to hold it on during the ride. But other than that, it was great, and they monitored everything really well. No one else was sitting in my row or behind me. And yeah, now I'm heading to Harry Potter, so let's keep going. Overall, it's pretty, not too crowded in this park. I know Islands had some pretty long waits today, but right here we're good. Most everyone's wearing masks, which I'm very happy about. But yeah.
How cool is this? Usually you can't even see the entrance to the attraction, it's so busy.
Wow, there's one family in here. I might just have to wait to get the solo shot of no one else in here. Definitely.
As some of you may know, this room is usually packed, so this was super awesome to be there alone.
Moving on to the security office to have your Gringotts identification photo taken. Then proceed to the guard office.
Literally no one's in here. This is crazy, guys. This is so cool. Ah! As you can see, there's no pre-show to this ride to keep the flow going, even though there is no flow right now. So there's no pre-show here either. No elevator pre-show, which is one of my favorite parts, but oh well. So I just got off Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, and I love that ride. I love all the rides that I'm going on today. But that one was a little different because you had to wear goggles or your 3D glasses. So I don't know how I feel about that with the mask because it kind of fogs up your goggles. So I kind of had them on. I had them half off. It was really an interesting experience. I don't know if I would do that again with this just because of the fog, but still, I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna head over to Islands now. I think we might try and do the Forbidden Journey. We'll see though. So there is still some entertainment going on from a distance, which I think we can all really appreciate, that they're making an effort to still get people watching the shows, meeting the characters, even if they're not right next to each other. Also hoping this was going to open today and I would be able to go watch it, but they're just doing team member previews still. So not today, but maybe next. So we are here at Islands now. Woo! This area is themed so stinking cute. It's absolutely adorable. I'm not sure that I'm going to take you guys through it today, but we will definitely save that for another day. Also, there's Hulk. I would go on that right now, but it's a 60-minute wait and I don't have a whole lot of time here. So like I said earlier, I'm gonna try and do Forbidden Journey. General note here, I am on a time restraint and I'm a speed walker anyways. So if this is seeming a little rushed or if the camera quality is a little bouncy, I apologize in advance. This will not always be like this, but when you're here in Orlando for a day and have only a few hours to do Universal, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is the entire security system and line for the virtual queue for Hagrid's, which I would do just about anything to get on, but unfortunately I was not here early enough to get a virtual line pass, which I will explain in detail later when I'm at home. And yeah, here we are in Hogsmeade. There's the entrance to Hagrid's. Oh, and I just heard that Hagrid's is down right now for technical difficulties, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get a virtual line and get my hopes up. But that is an amazing ride, and I would definitely recommend you getting here early if you are interested in doing it. It is totally one of the prettiest sights here at Islands. So excited. This castle is beautiful.
Boring, as is Professor Ben's. Very boring. How exceptionally did.
So Forbidden Journey was super fun. I probably waited about 25 minutes, just like the wait time was posted, so I'm pretty happy with that. There are no goggles in that, and everything was socially distanced, and I was the only one in my ride vehicle, which was really nice. Now I'm waiting for Flight of the Hippogriff, which is 5 minutes long, and yeah, I should walk right on that. I've actually never been on this one, so might as well while I'm here, right? But yeah, there it goes now.
Well done. Go on then.
So here is part of the unannounced Jurassic Park roller coaster they're building. This part of track just got installed yesterday, and it's rumored to be called the Velocicoaster, which is pretty fun. It's really neat because every day I'm checking Universal News Today on Twitter, and every day they're posting that a new piece of track went up on the coaster, so I'm super excited. You could see a little bit more of that coaster over here. I bet you any money there'll be a new piece of track there like tomorrow. It's crazy how fast this thing is going up. So it's really exciting that I can see it right now, and you can bet I will be there on opening day. So that concludes my hour-and-a-half adventure at Universal Studios Florida. I was able to visit both parks, and it was a pretty fun time, despite the time constraint. But yeah, I'm looking forward to being back here in the fall and being able to go a lot more. I hope my Disney friends didn't mind me showing them around Universal a little bit. So, sorry this isn't Disney World. Trust me, if it was open, you know I would be there first, but not yet, but that's okay. We'll be there eventually. So I just got back from my afternoon at Universal. Actually, it was more like an hour and a half at Universal, but you know, time is time. When you're in Orlando for a day and you have the chance to go to a theme park, you go. So there are a lot of new changes, obviously, because we are in the middle of a pandemic, and obviously theme parks can't operate the same way. I am kind of a germaphobe, not like intense, but like hand sanitizer was my best friend before the pandemic, so now it's my even better friend. So obviously they're taking a lot of new safety measures because of the pandemic, and I just kind of wanted to talk about some of those.
I'm not sure what SeaWorld's doing, what Disney will do, but I just wanted to let you know what Universal is doing so you can be more prepared if you are planning on going to the theme parks. So one thing that I thought was really fun, as soon as you were walking into either of the theme parks, Islands or Universal Studios, there was a person kind of greeting everyone and welcoming everyone in from a distance, and they had a mic and they were saying, "Oh, hey, welcome to Universal Studios, awesome mask. Let's keep those masks on, everybody. Oh, your mask is even cooler." Like, you know, encouraging everyone to want to wear a mask. You know, it made it more fun. If someone's saying, "Oh, my mask is so awesome," like, you feel better about it. You know, you want to keep it on. I mean, maybe the adults don't fall for that as much, but the kids might. So I thought that was a really neat way of keeping the positivity levels up despite everything going on. Another change was obviously social distancing in the queues. So usually the queues, you are on top of each other, which is never very comfortable for anyone in those humid Florida summers. But there are signs on the floor that are distanced about 6 feet apart. I showed you one, I believe it was in my Escape from Gringotts footage. It just says, like, this is 6 feet apart, stand here, stand here. So that was really nice, and it actually worked to keep everyone away from each other. I followed it, the people around me followed it, so that was really nice too. Now, I went to the parks by myself. No one else was in my party, just a party of one. Some days it's okay to be a party of one. But before I even got on any of the rides, there was a team member right before you got on the ride with a big jug of hand sanitizer, and you put your hands out and they gave you a pump of hand sanitizer. But that is a good way to make sure that the surface, the lap bar, the handles that everyone's touching, you know, the hands that are touching it, they're already sanitized. So that's not going to be a point of contact unless, of course, someone like coughed on it, but we're all wearing masks. So that I really appreciated. Theme parks giving out hand sanitizer, awesome. But that was really good of them to do to, you know, contain the spread of everything. Now, when I got on the ride vehicles, any of them, because I was a party of one, I had my own row. If I was with another person, we would have our own row. It kind of depends how many people you're with. And then if it was like a train where there are multiple rows, there would be someone in every other row. So no one was in the row behind me, but 2 rows behind me, someone was there. So again, great way to keep everyone distanced and away from each other. Another thing I want to touch on is that the restaurants inside of the parks, though I didn't use them, they are all using mobile ordering, which is super convenient. Again, it's just like Disney. You go on your phone and choose your restaurant, choose what you want to eat, and then you just walk up and pick it up. So that way you're not standing in the long lines to get food. So now I want to take time to talk about the virtual line. So the virtual line, when I knew I was going to go to Universal, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to figure out this virtual line thing. It sounds super confusing. But it's actually a lot easier than you would think it would be. So first of all, not even all the rides offer virtual lines. If the park capacity isn't very crowded, a lot of the rides just won't use virtual lines. You can just do standby. Like, I didn't use the virtual line pass at all because all the rides I wanted to go on had a fairly short wait. So the way the virtual line thing does work, though, as soon as you enter the park, you could go on the app, and on the left-hand column of the app where it says virtual line, you select that, and it'll show you the attractions that are offering virtual line. So say, well, Hagrid's is always on there, and they only use virtual line. So then I would select Hagrid's, I would select the number of people in my party, and I would choose from the times available on when I wanted to come back. When it was my time and when I was called, I would wait for the attraction for a pretty significantly shorter wait than it would be if it was just a regular standby queue. So I know it changes every day, I'm pretty sure, on what rides are virtual line and what rides aren't. So the day I was going, it was obviously Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. That is a mouthful to say. It was also Fast and Furious Supercharged and Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York. And the Hagrid's ones, I checked, but I got there at like 12 o'clock, so they were all sold out for me, which was okay, you know, what are you going to do? But I kept checking because I've heard that they do drop those virtual line tickets every half hour. So I kept checking, but I was unsuccessful, so oh well, maybe next time. Also, a lot of the other rides, the bigger attractions like the other Harry Potter rides, on the app it said standby wait is blank minutes or virtual queue. So it kind of sounded like they were doing both. And I looked to see if I could get a virtual queue pass, and they were all gone. So I don't know if it was just like all the passes actually were sold out, or if it was just advertised as either or, and they just weren't really doing any virtual line because they didn't have to. But it is a lot simpler than you would think it would be. And please feel free, if you have any other questions, to ask away in the comments down below. I would be more than happy to answer those for you. So overall, I had a great time at Universal, and I truly feel that the safety precautions and new systems with the virtual line and mobile ordering, everything that they were using, I felt like it was pretty effective, and I was pretty happy about the way they went about everything. There were a few people here and there that would wear their masks under their chin, but there would be some team members walking around saying, "Oh, could you move your mask?" I actually heard a team member confront a guest about that, and they changed the way they were wearing their mask and put it back on the right way. So that was good. But if I had one critique, I would say that I wish there were more team members going around monitoring the guests and wearing masks, because like most people were, don't get me wrong, but again, the germaphobe in me is like, oh, they should have their mask on a better way. So, I mean, that's the only complaint I really have. Overall, Universal Orlando is doing an excellent job with everything that they're doing. And again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask away. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this just as much as I did making it, because I had so much fun. And I just want to say on behalf of Nicole and I, thank you for your continued support and for helping us grow. We are still a very young channel, and we love what we're doing, and we're so happy with all the positive feedback we've been getting. Everyone stay tuned, because we have some pretty exciting stuff coming up that I know Nicole and I are both ecstatic for. So thank you again, and as always, have a very magical day.